if you'll join me for some story time. So on my last record, which was called Some Kind of Love, there's a song called Some Kind of Love. But it's actually not that new. That song was written in 2012. Those of you that know me, I say it all the time. It's always a girl. There's always a girl. And in this story is a girl. It's about a girl. I liked this girl this one time in high school. Instead of going up to this girl and asking her if she would, I don't know, like to go to the movie or go bowling or something. No, I'm going to write a cryptic note, not tell her who it's from, and put it in her locker. It made it worse for me to tell her because it became such a big deal. Suddenly this who's got a crush on this girl became a big thing. I asked God to help me. I didn't know how or what or why. But that's what I did. And the next day, which was the last day of grade 11, because it was the last class, the teacher kind of let the kids do whatever. And it ended up being her and I and the teacher in the room. Just us. I'm thinking, wow, this is the moment. She's sitting right beside me with my heart beating out of my chest. Finally told her it was me. She reacted well, which to this day I don't know if I deserved that. So we went on a few dates and it didn't work out. Yeah. Which happens with your first love. I don't want to discourage anybody, any young people that might be watching this, but it's usually the love where you learn the most because it's the most difficult because you don't know what you're doing. And it hurt. It hurt a lot. It hurt so much that I ended up writing this song, which in hindsight, at the time I thought it was about her. It was not about her. It was about me and this lifelong search for love. And at the point I'm at now is I'm looking for healthy love, respectful love, give and take love. And I've had to go through all of the opposite of that to get to this point. But at the time, singing those words, I need some kind of love, rang true. They meant a lot. That's what I was feeling in my heart was I need love. And you know, as I've gotten older, I've found love in myself and with whoever the creator of all of this is. I don't necessarily need that from another person. It's nice to have it. We all crave it. But I don't think it works out unless you actually have love and respect for yourself. And that's a constant work in progress. Flash forward to the end of the next year, my graduating year. Every year they have a talent competition. And I still to this day don't know why it has to be a competition instead of a variety show. But it is. It's a competition. And I thought in my young brain this might be a chance to revive that relationship. So I decided I'm going to play this tune, this Some Kind of Love song. for her. And maybe that'll rekindle something. So we had not talked that whole year, that whole last year. It didn't work out. But I finally went up to her, and I had 2 tickets for the competition, and I said, I'd love for you to come. I'm going to play a song about you. And she thanked me politely. Again, she was always so respectful to me, and thank you for that. Such a good soul. I wish her nothing but the best to this day. She was very kind and gentle to me, and she didn't have to be. So the day of the show came, and I was backstage with my best friend, Kyle, shout out, who was helping me. And I wanted to know if she had came or not. There was no way for me to go out and see if she was in the audience or not. So thank you to this day. Thank you, Kyle, for volunteering to go and see if she was out there. And this man, he's the kindest, most gentle, loving soul ever. I love you, Kyle, forever. He went down every aisle and looked for her. And he came back. He didn't have to say anything. He didn't have to say anything. I knew she wasn't there. And I decided in that moment, because I had 2 songs. I had another rockin' song I was going to play as a backup to this song. I decided in that moment, you know what? I'm going to play the song anyway. And looking back now, that was the right choice. And I remember thinking, this is the end of my high school experience, and I'm going to give it my all. And I did. And there's a very specific moment in the song when you see it in a moment where I stand up and I'm looking into the lights, the stage lights. And I've done that many times, actually. Looking straight into them, I felt actual love, some kind of actual love. And it's a love for this experience, this person, God, whoever it is, that gives us that internal flame. I could feel it. I didn't need to get that from somebody else. I was starting to find it in myself. And I'll never forget that. And it's kind of ironic that, everybody talks about the light, and God is the light. But yeah, that's what I experienced. I remember that. I remember thinking, I'm going to play it anyway. I'm going to play it as if she can hear it. And here we go. I remember them saying, ladies and gentlemen, Cam Seaward.
Thank you. All right. There comes a time when you need someone to say what is on my mind. Ain't no stalker, I'm just a distant watcher who hasn't got the guts to take another step. Some way, somehow, someday I will feel alright. I will let things slip by. Tonight, someone, some kind of love. Life may changes, push pull around, cope with the failure, it's slowing you down. When I see you, the sun gets in the way. I need you to myself, but that's not happening today. I need some kind of love. She whispers in your ear, appears in strings of sorrows, the numbers on the keypad. This fearless intent that casts a shadow down. The sun beats the sand, the water beats the land. You're only curious to what she wants. I will hear you. She whispers to the dark stars, the old Arizonas, the binding pitch of temperature that casts a shadow over time. She wonders how to make it out, lift her up with her anger, pound her anchors of anger, lay down beside her. Let's see those cell phones. Let's see those lighters. Should misplace into the Milky Way. Come on, lift them up. Lift them up for someone you love. Lift it up for someone you've lost. Thank you.
I remember after the performance, I went into the stairwell behind the theater and sat on the stairs, knowing that was the end of my high school life and that things didn't work out. But that's okay. That's okay in hindsight, because it's taught me to appreciate healthy love, healthy friendships, and following your gut and following those feelings and acting on them when you know it's the right thing to do. And knowing that sometimes God will help you out. He'll put you in a situation that can help you out. He definitely did for me. And you know how I know that? Because two things happened after that. One is after the show, I was walking in the theater and this little kid and his parents were there. And this little kid walks up to me and gives me a hug. I think everybody could feel a certain sadness. I don't have the footage, but I remember one of the judges of the competition said, "Is she here tonight?" And I didn't answer. I think I said, "I'm not sure," or something like that. And I think everybody could feel that, what I was going through. Don't feel bad for me. I'm the life of the party. Don't you feel bad for me. I put it on myself. The second thing that happened was the next day, I started getting all these messages on Facebook from girls that thought it was them that I was singing about. And I thought, here's a perfect crossroads, man. I could say, no, it's about so-and-so, or I could tell them all, yeah, babe, it's about you. I'm so torn up. I just love you so much. I remember actually sitting there thinking, should I be evil or not? I didn't. I told them the truth. It would have been way more fun, but gotta stick to your principles, I guess. And in the years that came after, I knew that song was not about her. I thought so at the time, but I knew it wasn't. It's about our own desire to find some kind of love. And I found that in myself after a long time, and in faith. And it's funny because in doing that, you attract people that are that way also. And I've had incredible relationships since then with people that don't need that. They don't need anything. They are. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. But I've always thought there was an interesting story that I should tell someday. That at the time I thought it was one way, and with hindsight, it was actually teaching me a bigger lesson than just a simple high school crush. was teaching me about loving yourself. Even though some days that's really hard. But I don't know. We're all on our own journey, man. We're on our own journey. Love you guys.